I can't be any more excited, not only because our next guest brought in bacon-covered donuts for me, ooh la la, but also we get to talk about one of my favorite organizations on earth, and that's the United Way. So in with us in studio, we have the wonderful, the debonair, the beautiful, and the newly foxy hair dude, Kristina Hein. So Kristina, good morning.
Good morning. Wow, I didn't expect that.
Well, I didn't expect your foxy new hairdo or bacon donuts, so we're both surprised today.
I should wake up 20 minutes earlier every day, you know?
Is that all it takes?
That's all it takes, but I just like to, sleep a little longer most days.
Oh my gosh. Bacon donuts have my heart literally and figuratively. It's going to be clogged in my arteries for the rest of the day. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Tell us who you are, what you do with the United Way. But before that, I want to know where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? All those fun things before we find out who you are now.
Well, I'm a proud Litchfield Dragon. Woohoo, go Dragons. I'm from Litchfield,
Growl.
Minnesota.
Yeah, is that what the kids say?
Yeah, growl. I don't know. Do they roar? I think they're supposed to breathe fire, actually.
Okay,
but...
I'm not good with my dragon impressions.
Well, I've never done one, so now's not the time.
Okay, so from Litchfield.
Yeah, I grew up there.
How'd you end up in Fargo then?
Went to Concordia, loved it, and got a job right out the chute. I know I'm not even wearing my Cobra ring.
Oh
Don't tell anyone from
Concordia.
Okay,
yeah, it's just between us. Yeah, we won't tell us so. Wow, so you went to Concordia, and then did you stay in the community after that?
Yes, I loved Fargo-Moorhead, got a job right out of college, and started working for a small nonprofit. Decided not to teach, went into nonprofit, and eventually found my way to United Way, and here I am.
You know, that's what I always say is like the people who spend the most on their education at Concordia quite often have the most giving of hearts. And it's like, since I just spent all this money on my education, I'm going to go and work almost for free.
Yeah, isn't that the best idea ever? My parents were thrilled. They were just thrilled.
But you know what? Is it speaks true to what's on your heart. And I think that's the most fabulous thing. Why were you called to the United Way?
The United Way is so broad. There are so many different things that we help with. And so when I first started working there, it was kind of like Christmas every day. We're like, oh, we get to do this. Oh, and then in July we do this. And then in August this happens. And so it was just every day there was something new. And I've been there for a while now, and I feel like it's still like that. Mm-hmm. And that's just what's kind of brought me there and kept me going each day.
So for people that don't know much of the United Way, maybe you hear of it quite often, but you don't fully understand how they work because it's a nonprofit, but it's a nonprofit that feeds into nonprofits, right? So How would you explain the United Way to me?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Help a brother out.
Help a brother out. Well, that's the thing. It's like how much time you have, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, not very much. But United Way, what I love about it is, like I said, it's very broad, but it's very strategic. So you think about issues in our community that are tough to solve, and who's going to solve those, right? We can't do it on our own. It's going to take that entire community working together. So we're working on 4 really bold goals right now: hunger and homelessness, helping kids succeed, lifting people out of poverty, and then making sure people are independent. And you're thinking, wow, those are giant
those aren't just
goals, right?
Those aren't like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. That's like, we're going to change this world.
Well, that's a giant goal for me with the 10 pounds. But, that's
You're
another
beautiful.
topic.
Shut your face. Yeah.
But really, we need to work together on that. And so we're asking the community to invest in United Way so we can work on those issues. And we do that in a variety of ways.
So how is it? Because the United Way, I get the privilege. You guys were suckers enough to approach me about 6 months ago, and you said, Eric, we want you to be our campaign chair for 2018. What do I have to do? I don't even know yet. Like I just show up and shake hands and kiss babies. Like what happens with the United Way campaign? What kind of money are you trying to raise? And I know my role in it is I get to help be a voice for the United Way, which is so fun for me. And so we love strategically having you on the show, but this is a community show. Sure, we talk about real estate all the time, and we talk about the investments that people can make, but the best kind of investment you can make is into people.
Absolutely. And that's what United Way is really about.
Okay, so if United Way is investing in people, your first bold goal is to end homelessness. That's a big one. How do you do that? That's a big one.
We want to reduce homelessness in this community. When you think about ending homelessness, I wish that could be the case, right? You and I would never have to talk about homelessness anymore.
That'd be pretty okay.
But there are so many people in this community that have been trying to do that for many, many years. And we know that we want to reduce homelessness in this community. And we know we can do that through Housing First. The shelters are doing an awesome job, but about a year ago, we wanted to really work differently with homelessness. And so we were able to start this new program that is focused on Housing First. So people who have been in the shelter who are chronically homeless, giving them a home first, and then working on all those issues of why they may not be able to, not be homeless anymore.
I always think that it's complex, right? If you're telling somebody, get your life together and then you can have a home, is really difficult if they don't have their life together. Work on your addiction, handle your disability,
Right.
and then go get a job, get a home, and then work on those other things. And instead, United Way is flipping the script, and they're giving people that stability to get their stuff figured out, and they're helping them connect with the resources that they need.
Absolutely. You think about that. Someone was visiting with me who experienced homelessness, and he said, you know what it feels like to go to that job interview, you're filling out that application, and it comes to that address part. He's like, what do I put there? And how do I possibly get this job without being judged or even have a shot to get the job? And so you're right. You have to have that home base first so people can really get on that path to success.
This housing first model isn't this new idea by people in the Fargo-Moorhead community. It's done elsewhere, isn't it, Kristina?
That's what the cool thing is there have been other communities that have implemented something like this, and their numbers are incredible in terms of all the success they have had. So Saskatoon, Canada is the one that we modeled ours after.
Right. The greatest thing about this, and I know people always are curious and concerned about the dollars, it's less expensive to do housing first, isn't it?
Absolutely. You think about, people who struggle with homelessness, right? They are out on the streets in our community, and you think about the expensive phone calls that are the ER, right? The police, all of those different ambulance calls. And if people have a home base and they are able to really essentially heal and get better and to be able to get on that path to success, we're not calling the police. We are not calling the ambulance and all of those things. So you're right. It's actually cheaper to house people first.
And more successful.
Absolutely.
I love what United Way is doing. I'm so honored to be a part of it. I want to keep you in studio. We're going to go to break here in just a moment. But Kristina, stick around because I want to keep talking about the United Way and its impact. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, go to livefargomoorhead.com. Let's find out what your home is worth so we'll see what kind of cash you have in your pocket so you can donate it to the United Way if you want. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and in studio with us still, tickling the airwaves, we have the wonderful, the beautiful, the vivacious Kristina Hein of the United Way. And Kristina, you guys are coming off of one of the busiest days of the year for the United Way. What happened last week?
Oh, it was so fun. There were 470 senior citizens across this community that hosted volunteers in their home. Our Day of Caring, it is one of my favorite days of the year, and I love the days afterwards, and they all call and tell us thank you. It was awesome.
So if I'm a senior citizen in the community and I can't, I don't have the physical abilities to do some gutter cleaning, some window cleaning, some raking of my leaves, some handy projects around, I can call in the United Way and get help?
Absolutely. Second Thursday of October every year, we ask senior citizens, do you need help raking leaves, the gutters, those things that they really just can't do anymore. And so they register with us, and then these awesome volunteers register with us, and we match them up, and that's Day of Caring.
I love it. What if, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here, but what if I really don't like to rake my yard and I'm in my mid-30s?
We're not going to ask for your ID or anything.
I'm asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
You should call our office and just kind of see what our team does with that.
We'll see
They'll
how
go,
it goes.
Kristina, what do I do?
That's
is what they're going to do.
Eric's on the phone. Eric's friend is on the phone again. I love what the Day of Caring happens. What kind of stories emerge from the Day of Caring? Because I imagine there's some fun instances.
Well, I don't know if this is heartwarming, but I thought it was hilarious. We had a lady call. So it was last week on Thursday, and she called the next day, and she started going into how thankful she was for the volunteers. And she said, and I want your whole team to know that there are dead birds in my front yard because my windows are so clean. She was just overjoyed. She goes,
that's your heartwarming story, or dead birds in the yard?
Yeah, isn't that great? I know. It's like I'm in marketing or something.
It's so good.
But it was so funny because she was just wanted to call us, and she said, my house just sparkles, and it makes me feel so good to sit in my living room and look out the window. But I'm like, really? Dead birds? I've never gotten that phone call before.
Well, what a fun, honestly, we feel sorry for the birds, of course. Any PETA
Rest
lovers
in
out
peace.
there, this is not against the birds, but
No.
what a great way to help care for the senior citizens of our community. And so thank you for leading the charge with that. What is it that's happening at Buys and Games right now? Because I get to have my hand in this a little bit, and it's so much fun. So those of you that go to Buys and Games, this is probably not news to you. But if you watch at home or don't go at all, you're missing out. Kristina, what's happening there?
Well, thank you, first of all, for stepping up with this. This was so fun to work on this partnership together. But every time the Buys and score, United Way also is impacted. So it's pretty cool. Each time they score, there's Hatch Cash that comes our way. Hatch Hatch cash.
Hatch cash.
Hatch
Yeah,
cash.
Hatch
Say
cash.
it 3 times.
Yeah, that's right.
That comes our way to United Way. So people are pretty pumped when the buys and score, but then also we're pretty pumped because you make a gift to United Way.
I have to be fully honest with you, Kristina. I thought when I signed up that I was giving every time they scored just a touchdown.
Oh.
And so I did my math and figured we get $500 per score. I thought it was just $500 per touchdown.
Oh.
And so I figured there's 6 home games in the season. They're probably going to score 4 touchdowns. And so that's going to be a total of 24. That's going to be $12,000 that we're going to give. Hatch Realty is ecstatic to give $12,000 to the United Way because we want to make that kind of profound impact. We're a business that is blessed and we want to be a blessing to others. Turns out it's every score, a safety, a field goal, you name it, is $500. And so I was at the Bison game on Saturday, Kristina, and on the board it flashed, Hatch Realty has now donated to date $11,500 through 4 games. And I looked at my friends who were at the game with me and I said, I have never been more happy to give. But son of a gun, I got to get back to work.
Oh my goodness, Eric! I didn't even know that.
No, and it was my own fault for not reading the fine print, right? Like, go figure. I'm not a detail guy, anyways, and I can't be more happy, Kristina, because there's no place I'd rather put my money in this local community than the United Way.
Thank you.
And if we can inspire even one person to give as well, that'll multiply what it does. It's not about what we do. And here's the great thing is that I can go back to my team and say, hey, guys, I messed up. I thought that we'd be given like $12,000 this year. It looks like we're going to give like $18,000. But I need y'all to step up and help sell more houses and to do this. So I win all around, right? If I can just be that channel that takes this income that we're able to make and feed it through to the United Way, I want to be able to impact like that. Because what you all are doing is such a great thing for our community.
Well, thank you. And here's what's wonderful is we love that people give to United Way, but we want to turn right back around and show them what their investments can do.
And so what is it they can do?
Well, you think about investing in kids in early childhood. For every $1 that you invest, the return is actually $17 on the back end. So you think about that little 3-year-old, right? If they have books to read, if they have great childcare, and they're going to school confident and ready, they're going to turn out to be an awesome adult, right? They're going to be successful. So you think about investing that $1. There are studies that show that the return is $17 down the road because it's that child growing up to be a successful adult.
I pulled out my quick calculator here, and if we at Hatch Realty give $17,000 this year, which it looks like we're pacing to do, that's going to be worth $289,000
to this community. How cool!
Can I write off $289,000?
I'm not a tax person.
Okay.
I'm a marketing person, so I'm not going to give you that answer there, Eric.
Here's what I want to hear loud and clear, and I say that tongue in cheek. I know that the $17,000 is just such an exciting thing that we can do and to give because I want to put my mouth where my money is. If I say I care about this community, I need to show it in my actions and in my habits of how I spend. But there are people out there right now, Kristina, who are listening saying, how do I get involved? Maybe they have the ability to cut a check. Maybe they don't. Maybe they want to get involved with their time. What's their best method to do so?
We have so much great information on our website and our Facebook page. You can hop online and give right now, but also visit with our team. If you are looking to be plugged into this community and really experience all of the things that United Way does, please let us know. We have lots of opportunities to volunteer. Just 2 days ago, we had a group that was helping to really get a home ready for a family that is escaping homelessness. And they were laying floor and they were painting walls. They were having an awesome time. And so there are those opportunities out there. Yep. And our team wants to connect you to those.
Kristina, thank you for doing such great good in the community. Thank you for taking a fabulous education you got and investing back into this community because we're getting a 17-to-1 return on that investment too. So thank you so much. Please support the United Way, anything you can do. But in the meantime, while we're on break, go to livefargomoorhead.com.